Good evening, humans. Tyrannosaurusmoth here, and tonight we're taking a look at the AEW Unrivaled Hookhausen Tag Team Pack from Jazwares. Let's do this. Aesthetically speaking, this is a great looking pack, and we're going to start with Danhausen just because we've seen him at least on this channel before, a few times. And yeah, I was going to say, sculpt-wise, this is exactly what we saw with the Very Nice, Very Evil edition, especially from the waist up, where all the paint is the same as well. So we get, the same default head sculpt. We get the same tampos for the tattoos, and just everything's the same there. From the waist down, again, same sculpt. However, this time we get this like shiny black, which when I first got it out of the box, not out of the package, but out of the like shipper from Amazon, it looked a little more brown to me, and I was a little disappointed. But as time has gone on, it definitely appears better. And now, certainly looking through my camera, it definitely just reads as kind of shiny black, which is very, very nice. And yeah, so obviously this is different gear than we've seen before, because we have the teeth here on the waistband. We have his face here at the center. Love that Danhausen on the back. So new details, same sculpt, and they are all fantastic. And we see we got the two red lines as opposed to the one. So yeah, very nice there. And then we get Hook, who has had like 3 or 4 figures by the time this review is going up. But this is my first Hook figure, and I've got to say they've done a fantastic job here. This looks fantastic. Like mold wise, it looks exactly like his physique. That's like great work there. Great work on the tampos, especially making everything nice and clear for the tattoos. Especially because his tattoos are more sparse, you kind of get a little more space to kind of see exactly what he has. And then, the shorts are really, really well done. It's hard to do kind of bunchy or loose plastic, or loose fabric, pardon me, in plastic form, but I think they did a fantastic job here. Not only that, but the thigh cut, I think, is brilliantly hidden there. So very nice there. And then just, the boots are all white, but very good sculpt, especially with the wrinkles going on. So, yeah. Oh, and then the face sculpt, which again is kind of more the smoothed out kind of cartoony look that we've seen from Jazwares. However, I think it works for Hook because he's so young. It just, it doesn't look overly cartoony for him. So yeah, just think really great looking set of figures. Very straightforward with the accessories, but it works. And we're actually going to start with Hook for this section. And so right out of the box for hands, we do get our gripping hands. These aren't even proper C grips, those are just straight up grips. Kind of nice. And then we get a pair of fists also with the wraps on them. So well done there. Then we get 2 different head sculpts. So we got the one we looked at before. You can see with the more bouffant hairdo, the hair with product in it. And then we get the, which is more or less the same expression, I guess maybe less mean. And the hair is definitely softer, so hair without product in it. So, so those are the 2 head sculpts we get for Hook, and then we get Danhausen. Again, we've seen these before, so we get his default head sculpt, which we have seen with the hair kind of more tamed. Then we get the very similar expression, just with the kind of higher hair. So there's a theme here as well, beyond them being a tag team. So very cool there, but very clean details as well. Very happy about. Then we get hands. So we get 2 splayed out hands. Again, left hand has his ring on it. And then we get a pair of cursing hands. So beautifully done there. And finally, we get the rubbery plastic cape. And this is actually much better than I thought it was going to be. I thought this was going to be a little weighty and kind of make the figure awkward, but it's nice and light. You can see there's pegs there to put the straps in, but I didn't have to detach them to get it on and off the figure, so that's fantastic. Nice bright red, black paint, obviously. We got Very Nice, Very Evil here with his portrait. And yeah, just overall fantastic accessories. So those are accessories. Articulation, balance are very nice all around. And once again, looked at this mold for Danhausen before, so I'm actually going to focus more on Hook here. We'll just look at the differences a little bit at the end of it. But the scheme is exactly the same. We have ball hinges at the neck for both figures, so we can look all the way up, all the way down. A little bit of tilt here for Hook. We do get rotation. We are hinge and swivel at the elbow, elbows the shoulders, coming up into a Y pose, fantastic range. We get bicep swivel, double jointed elbows bring us to there. We do get hinge and swivel at the wrists, all horizontal. Then we get our double ball joint. So we get a ball joint here at the waist, the diaphragm, but ball joint at the waist. I'm getting ahead of myself here. For hook, not as good of range as we get on Danhausen. We can push it a little bit, so definitely very decent there. But I will say that there's a lot of resistance when you're at this point. So just kind of push a little bit more. Oh, now you can see I actually detached it. So there that goes. But you can get a bit of a crunch, and then arch back is about there. So definitely decent. Not really any side to side here for hook. Our rotation is going to come from that diaphragm joint. We come to the hips and we are in very decent range here. So almost full splits. Our front kick, 90 degrees. Not much more you can ask for than that. Then that thigh swivel I had mentioned before. Then we get double jointed knees bring us to here. We get boot swivel. We get fantastic point. Absolutely beautiful forward, and some nice rocker as well. So again, just to kind of, I guess, reiterate from before, again, this Danhausen is probably one of my favorite molds that Jazwares does. Pardon me knocking into everything here. But really the difference comes in the torso, where this really nice natural crunch forward and fantastic arch back. Pretty much everything else is more or less the same. Actually, do we have full splits? No, but same range. So that will do it for articulation. Getting the size comparisons, here they are with some other AEW figures. With some other wrestling lines. With some Hasbro and some Mattel. With some imports. With some monsters. Finally, with an articulated icons Oni and yours truly in human form as a Valve vs. Action Force figure. So my final thoughts on the AEW Unrivaled Hookhausen 2-pack from Jazwares is that this is a fantastic set. Again, we've seen this Danhausen before in the form of the very nice, very evil edition. And all fantastic, just you get new gear here, and I think that is absolutely worth it. The Hook figure is definitely like great, like one of the better looking Jazwares figures. So just all around, just a great set. Certainly if you're a fan of Hookhausen, or if you're a fan of either wrestler, I absolutely think it's worth picking up. And surprisingly, it's actually still available on Amazon, where it is an exclusive. So I'll have that link in the description below if you are interested. So thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you back here because I do multiple reviews a week of action figures related to tokusatsu, dinosaurs, monsters, pro wrestling, of course, and more. So come on back, let's escape the world for a while and just, enjoy some plastic. So all that being said, ultimately, I just hope you're well. I hope that all of your toy dreams come true. And most importantly, I hope that you and yours stay weird, simians.